Before we get to the main feature, I'm going to explain in drawing the intro music. In case you haven't gotten it before, this is the great reveal. And now, here we go.
Come and take this key. You are worthy. Use it with all the skill and dexterity bestowed upon you.
We're starting in 5, 4, 3. Alright guys, we're going to make us a new log today. This is W1RCP at Kilo 2195. That's Reed Bingham State Park in Georgia. It is November 21st and we're doing parks on the air. And today we're going to try a straight key activation at Kilo 2195. We're in the county of Colquitt. This park actually has two counties, Colquitt and Cook. We're starting on 20 meters, and I need to find me an open spot. I've got the speaker cranked about as high as it'll go, and I'm gonna have to see if I can maybe get a little bit more punch out of it. It seems mighty quiet. The AF limiter is on normal, which is fine. Can't remember what it's called. RF gain is at negative. Oh, it's as high as it'll go. Okay. Well, I've got the volume cranked. I'm sorry about the wind today, but tis kind of going to be a stormy day. So 0625. Hopefully my recorder over here won't get blasted as much by the wind. I have some extra power. This is the random one that I got when I bought this radio used. It's supposedly an Elecraft. I'm using the two that I built that have they're supposed to have a little more capacity. And we're going to do a 5-watt straight key activation today. 5 watts. I need to turn on Do Not Disturb, because otherwise 10,000 texts are going to come through. And we're going to add a spot. We're at 14.06.2.5. We are at Kilo 2195. That's Reed Bingham. And we're doing a straight key CW activation. I hate that's in all capital letters, but that's pretty much how I keep it. We'll go back to hammers and we will start calling. So here we go. Maybe I should start a timer. Start a stopwatch. jumped right on me. Well, gonna have to move that fast. That's the problem with only being 5 watts, I guess, is it happens. And then the page refreshes right as I'm trying to put the new frequency in. And of course, Red Cup with me as always. Anybody? I do have noise reduction on. What if I turn that off? And noise block is also on. Let's see if that helps. This thing was really loose earlier. That's better. Michael. He's kicking that chicken. So the key that we're using is a G0NVT. Still too much play. So this is a G0NVT Morse key. It is a Papa Bravo 213 LTSLC. Mine happens to be serial number 98. And if I had waited one more, it could have been 99, and two more, because we know math, I could have been 100. I also burnt my finger while tuning the antenna. I may have to make the autocaller do this. It is definitely quite windy today. Not a 5, not 559, but clear enough. Peak 5-1. Minnesota? RPG, gotcha. So that was Steven, KB9RPG, and all I heard was something something G. I sent that back, and I think I might have spelled rag, but it's always good to be worked by him. I've always liked his call sign because of the RPG, Rocket Propelled Grenade. when I'm done. You know how activations go. We've really only been here 20 minutes. He gone. Maybe I need to put this on Do Not Disturb. We'll put it on Sleepy Time. Folks just be calling. At least that was a ham radio guy calling. If he knew CW, he could totally chase me. The fans are just awfully quiet today. Awfully quiet. So maybe there might be, I think I saw on my ham clock that there was some radiation situations coming up, and that would be today. So this is the week of Thanksgiving, and I'm a teacher, and I have the whole week off. Let's catch a fish. So we've got an RF issue. I'm only seeing it's jumping. So I'm going to go check a connection really quick. It's intermittent. So I don't know what that's all about, but here we are, 15 minutes in, 4 calls. We're not catching them today. It's so windy, I could bust this thing up to 10 watts though. Might have been a loose power connection. Could be that this is running over that, so we'll see. to 40 meters and see what's brewing down there. Hey! I can't afford to lose this fish. There's a lot of QSB today. Hey, 339 both ways, baby. Park to park. Got it. And QRP to QRP. Nice. This key I purchased after my Ameco K-1 made its 10th CW QSO back in, I want to say, 2016. It's about right. Might have been 2015. Pretty sure it's 2016. I'd have to go look back in the history books. It was a reward. It was a reward for making 10 QSOs, and many of those QSOs were with the Straight Key Century Club, and they lasted longer than 20 to 30 minutes. Some of them as long as an hour. And I know David, I think he's in Michigan, he was a pilot. His call sign skips my mind, but I know that we talked several times for an accumulation of a good hour and a half, 2 hours. And then he disappeared because I disappeared. I quit like 5 months later. Mainly, it was when my kids were small. They would get in the ham shack. They would destroy stuff. They would unplug things, and it wasn't enjoyable. So I basically quit HF radio for a long time. Might have gone on there every once in a while and made a contact or two, but that was it. Most of the time, I was on VHF for a weekly net, and that was it. Now, I stayed a member of the club, the Cockle County Ham Radio Society. The whole time I was their secretary-treasurer, but I was not very active. Okay, that was a strange one. That's not a 579. It's more like a 559. What threw me off is so many DAs. W, J, 1, and then the B. I guess I talked just long enough just then to actually make somebody show up and listen. But today we're using the MFJ 1898, and that is a vertical. And it's ground mounted today, sitting on the ground, again, using the Man, thought that was somebody saying, hey, I'm here. Ground mounted. Maybe again. Sloppy. It's using a new super antenna tripod. And new super antenna radials. There's one for 40. Guess he was impatient. Oh, it'd be all right. Lots of ease. Back to back. The cool thing about this key, it's handmade by a guy in England. His call sign, Great Britain, G0NVT. That's Golf 0 November Victor Tango. He hand built this whole thing. And it's shown some wear and tear over the last 7 years or so. It was a reward. And I like to play with it every once in a while. Come on, surely all that yapping would have drawn one of y'all in. Oh, my ice has melted already this morning. I need 2 more to make this actual activation, and then extra credit. Been a while since I've worked him. He's using a, sounds like a straight key. I didn't catch something about a CD, but he gone. So basically you could say I grew up on a straight key, became a straight key snob. But after doing parks on the air with a straight key for so long, I had to kind of upgrade to a paddle. And I built one out of PLA, printed it, 3D printed it. Then I bought one that I had to put together, and then I bought another one that was that nice little brass one that's got the magnets on it. It's really nice. Then I used one, I built a, oh, come on now, help me out with the words here, a side swiper. I was using it as a cootie, but then I rewired it to use as a single lever paddle. It was brutal. Hey! That's not right. Giving her a 5.9. I'm pretty sure that's Toby. Dang, lost her. I know that's her. More like 519. 579 to Ontario. Nice. He's number 10. Ooh, that was a 539. Well, my kid wants a milkshake from Chick-fil-A. I kind of do want one too. So I'm going to cut this short. If they don't call back after this one, I'm outie. All right, last call. Okay.
GoPro, stop capture.